Now, boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here, and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 23 Tottenham Hotspur career mode. In today's episode, we will be doing the month of March, and it's a very busy month. We've got the next round of the Europa League taking on Napoli. Now, if you didn't see the last episode, we had the first round of the Europa League, where we had to take on Atletico Madrid, which was absolutely insane, but we managed to get the job done. Unfortunately, we did lose the Carabao Cup. A few people did mention that there were some chances in there that we could have taken better. We're definitely going to work on that for future episodes. It's one of those. You win some, you lose some. Man City in a cup final, losing to them by 1 goal is no slouch. Last episode, though, threw up some injuries, and one of those was Mr. Harry Kane. 4 weeks before he will be back fit. I think it might even be a little bit longer, and that's extremely frustrating because the man has 22 goals in 26 appearances this season. He's on absolute fire. He's probably one of the key reasons why we didn't win that Manchester City game, creating so many chances. This man would have put them in the back of the net. Wasn't the only injury, though. 12 goals and 9 assists. James Maddison was injured as well. He's going to be out only for 4 days, though. It's a bruised shoulder, so he'll miss the Fulham game in the cup, but besides that, he'll be back at least for the Napoli game, which is the most important at this current stage. We do also still sit top of the league with a game in hand over Newcastle, 1 point advantage. We can make that 4 points. I don't know. Can we win the league this season? I never expected us to be in this position, but we're going to give it our best shot. 17 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. Let's try and keep it at that same level for the rest of the season. There's quite a few games left to play, though. And with the injuries we've got, especially Harry Kane, I do suspect the goals are going to drop off a little bit. 69 goals this season, the magic number. Can't see it staying that way without Harry Kane on the pitch. We are lucky enough to have Young-min Son, though. With 33 appearances, 30 goals and 10 assists, this man is balling this season. We've said it, he's having a Messi Ronaldo-esque season here in the Premiership. Probably one of the best we've ever seen. And hopefully he can carry the weight of Harry Kane being missing from this squad and help us pick up the results we need. We're also going to change the shirt number of Kavicka. It makes sense for me at this stage to give him 77. Apparently that's what he's wearing for Napoli, so that's what we're going to give him here at Tottenham. Not like anybody else wanted that number, so we weren't taking it away from anybody. First up then is this cup game against Fulham. This is going to be a quick sim. This will be the starting 11. Ivan Toney and Richarlison up top. Kulusevski in behind. We've still got a lot of tired legs, if I'm being 100% honest with you. It hasn't made it easy to pick the starting 11, but this is still very strong. Fulham don't have a bad side. When we played against them last, they did some damage. Hopefully the sim will go in my favor. I would love to progress to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, and we will do a 3-1 victory. Charlison picking up a hat-trick. Cannot be mad at that. After the Fulham game, then, we're going to be taking on Norwich. They're not having so good of a season, so this will be starting at 11. It's a strong one. We do have our eyes on Napoli, which is only, I think, 3 days after this match. It has to be the biggest focus right now, because I genuinely think we could win the Europa League. Napoli, again, I said it after Atletico Madrid, but Napoli could be one of the more difficult sides we play here. Hopefully, the sim will go in my favor. And it does, as we get a 3-0 victory, and Kavicka gets another goal. That's his 4th this season, and Young-min Son with another 2. That's another brace for Son. Definitely picking up that slack, really. I didn't start James Maddison. He was back from his injury, but I decided against it because I want him fit for the Europa League. We also know we're going to be taking on Chelsea in the FA Cup, and the round 6 is actually the quarterfinal. When we look at the teams left, it does feel like if we could beat Chelsea and get through, it's most likely going to be us against Manchester City in the final, unless some kind of miracle can happen, which is what I'm hoping is going to happen. Been another title update as well, which sits really well with me because when I'm reading the patch notes, I actually like what they're improving. Now, this Napoli side looks fairly strong. We've got to remember that we took Kavicka from them in January, but Wilfried Zaha was their starting left winger, so that deal kind of made sense. I've got Rafael Barre as well up top, who, when I played against him in the past, has always caused me issues. No Victor Osimhen, obviously. He went to Real Madrid. This is what we're going to go with. Son and Richarlison, Kulusevski in behind, Spence as the right mid, Sessegnon left, Højbjerg and Basuma as that double pivot in the center of the park, Romero, Guehi, and Tanganga. Lafont in net for this one. We've got a strong bench. I just need to change the captain then from Tanganga to Son. Some people did suggest maybe Højbjerg for captain as well when Son's not playing. So, I mean, it's an option, but I kind of like Son having it right now. Home again in the first leg, so no away goal advantage, obviously, anymore in the Europa League or any of the European competitions, but I do prefer to be at home in the second tie. This gives you, I feel like, a little bit of an advantage. But we did have a good time in Madrid, so who knows? We might have a good time in Italy as well, but hopefully we can pull something out of the bag. It's going to be interesting playing without Harry Kane because he's been such an important part of how I've played with this Tottenham side. And again, replacing him in the future will be extremely difficult. Now, our movement and quick ball play is really what I pride us on. And hopefully we can get back to that in this one. And just be a little bit smarter on the ball as well, though. That was never a foul for me, Basuma, in my opinion. Oh, this is good play, and they've pulled everyone away. So Tanganga's block here has to be extremely good, and he's done fantastically, really. And then he's given it away. So, I mean, that wasn't great, and that is just beyond the post from Elmas. I mean, you do all the hard work, Tanganga, all of it, and then gives it away last minute. Well, so far, this game has... Oh, it's not been a fantastic game, has it? But that is great for me, Basuma. Into Kulusevski. Kulusevski now. Good footwork. Been playing Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son has the pace. Does he have the ability? Oh my god, it's saved on the line and off the post. That was nearly a superb goal, but what a save from the keeper. I mean, Jay then playing that forward. A lot of people wanted me to potentially sign him. Spence will be back on Zaha and do a fantastic job. Suma's going to try and play that one out wide. Richarlison gets that back to Spence. Spence surely looking for Heung-min Son here. Oh, Kulusevski, but it's going to be Son. He doesn't score too many headers, does he? But he's going to make it 1-0 Tottenham. Our number 7, that's a big moment for him, if we're being honest. That's a huge moment, because the captain in this one, and he's carrying us once again. Great ball in from Spence. His crossing is just, come on, leaps and bounds since the start of this series. What a good header as well from Son. Napoli's defence will be frustrated there, though. They probably should have done a better job. Suma wins that back instantly, and if we could just double our advantage... They have improved the through ball targeting, which is one thing when I was reading the patches that I was like, that is great news for us. Now, defensively, in that first half, we was good. Offensively, we didn't create as much as I would have wanted. Pretty dull first half, but we do have the lead. Rain out, piling forward. There's a great ball out to Wilfried Zaha. He might have taken a touch too much, and he did. Lafont was straight out. Great save. Keep that up, Wilf, because that's the kind of shooting I need to see from you. Oh, that's great defending from Sessegnon. We always forget that Sessegnon was at one point a left back. Defensively, he's pretty decent. I don't know why he's marking the second man on this side, but he is. This time Zaha manages to get a cross. Gahey surely won that. Oh, he hits the side netting. Looking for that run from Son. He's not going to get it, or is he? He's going to get that run from Son in the end. That's great play again from Heung-min Son, and he's going to make it 2-0 here against Napoli. And that won't be job done, but it might be job done on the night. This is great play. Good ball in from Sessegnon. Son's turn, absolutely fantastic. And the fact that he can find the back of the net from that angle kind of reminds me a little bit of Gareth Bale. Feel like Napoli were building to something there. So, to get that goal at that moment, super important. I kind of want to take off Son, though. I kind of want to take off Son because... Oh, Tanganga. That was a foul? Okay, I'll give him that one. But I do want to take off Son because we're going to need him for the Chelsea game. Like, there's no doubt, is there? So, Ivan Toney on Kvitschka as well. I am going to keep practicing his name, by the way, guys. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to bring on Destiny as a right mid because I feel like he can play that position fairly well. And we will bring off Basuma for Oliver Skip. Højbjerg staying on the pitch. His defensive performance in this one has been unreal. And that is major changes with 20 minutes plus still left in this match. But... needed to be done. They're actually going to make some changes as well. Ludovic Vlas coming on for Anguissa. Anguissa's not had a great game, actually, to be fair to him. So, see what they can do. Let's see what Napoli can offer from a corner. They're going to go short again. And Sessegnon has done so well in this position. And we're going to double up Vlas. And it works. Well, when I say it works, it leads to a free kick. A very, very dangerous free kick. In which Sessegnon is not the man you want hitting that. Kim Min-jae is about 7 foot. So... Sessegnon is not the man you want up against him. And just like that, Napoli haven't had much in this game. They're going to get a goal back. I don't think that's anything to do with the substitutions either. I think that's just a bit unlucky that... I mean, the marking system in the box. If there was a set-piece creator at some point in FIFA, I wouldn't mind it. Because I wouldn't have had Sessegnon as my option there, really, to be honest. Is he onside? He's not. But we should get a foul. We don't. There was a foul in the build-up, and they still call the offside. Kvitschka now against his old club. Will want to play that one in behind to Ivan Toney. And I'll tell you something, that is a superb ball. Big moment for Ivan Toney to make it 3-1. Big moment for Ivan Toney taken. That is exactly why we signed him. Tell you what, it was some pass in as well. It was some ball in. Ivan Toney is calm, cool, collected in that position. Needed him to be in that moment. The substitutes linking up well together. That does make it 3-1, and I feel like we deserve it. I don't feel like Napoli have had much in this game. I think we got a little bit unlucky with that free kick. So... I'll happily take a 2-goal advantage into the second leg. We just need to monitor that now, and that is a dangerous tackle. What's going to be given here? This could be reckless. Oh, he's gone for the red card. So they will be without Politano for the next leg. I don't know how well he's played for him, but I imagine that'll be some impact to them. I don't know what the substitution is they've just made right now either. Mateus Oliveira is coming off, and Petenga, whoever that is. Now, if they have just left me wide open, Nayley, to score another because they've got a man less. And if we can score another here, that'd be huge. That would near enough take us through. Sessegnon wins it back. Oh, this is poor. They're all over the shop. This is going to be a great opportunity for Ivan Toney. And it is. Ivan Toney's come on. He's scored a brace. They're a man down. They've absolutely collapsed. And we will take a 3-goal advantage. That basically, in my mind, says this one is done and dusted. I kind of feel for the Napoli fans because they won't have seen this one coming. But with a man less, and the way they opened up a little bit there, with Kim Min-jae at 2-1, you're thinking to yourself, okay, they're back in the game. They had a really solid second half. And then it's all just falling apart out of nowhere. That's the full-time whistle as well. So 4-1 to Tottenham. I'm thinking about simming, you know, so that we can speed through this a little bit. I'm thinking about simming now, the second leg. I didn't expect it to be 4-1. Dramatic scenes at the end in that second half because Napoli played okay in the second half. They got their goal back. We managed to get one back there with Ivan Toney. Some great play on the counter-attack, but I did not expect them to get a red card and then open up like that. What a moment for Ivan Toney as well in the Europa League. They don't come much bigger than that, do they? And it'll be interesting. As you can see, some of the sides there that are left, I do think Atletico Madrid and Napoli, two of the strongest teams, because it is a different Napoli without them having Victor Osimhen. But game's thick and fast, right? Next up, Chelsea. And they've got some tired legs, but I mean, Kai Havertz, Musala in the team. This is a side that can score a lot of goals. They're going to be starting Eric Dyer against us as well. And obviously, Lukaku back at Chelsea in this one. I don't think he'll go back there in real life, but in this save, Lukaku is back playing for them. This is our 11, though, for the game. Ivan Toney is going to be rewarded in this one by getting the start. Maddison back in the starting 11. Kavicka's going to start at left wing. Edwards on the right. This is potentially a weaker side, you could say, but we do have Napoli again very soon after this one. The games are coming at us extremely fast, so we are bearing that in mind, but I still think this is a team that's strong enough to take on Chelsea, and it's a tired Chelsea as well. This, in my mind, is just another chance for another trophy. Now, we're going to try and take them all. Now, Chelsea, for me, in the past, especially in recent times that we played them, they've just been a real struggle. The three at the back, so I'm really going to need James Maddison to be able to unlock them, although Ivan Toney is the man who's unlocked them. Young-min Son, oh my God, we are 4 minutes in, and Young-min Son is back at it again. Absolutely turns Cucurella. Great ball in from Ivan Toney. Bit of a breakout episode for Ivan. And Son does not fail to disappoint in front of goal. He's just magic this season. Well, I wasn't expected to take the lead so early. I definitely weren't expecting to take the lead when commentating about how difficult I found it to break down Chelsea's back line. Although they have Eric Dyer in there now, so it might be a little bit easier. Cucurella as well playing centre-back is just a bit stupid in my opinion, but I'm not going to slag it off too much because Chelsea can't cause problems. And the height of Lukaku in the box is something I'm very worried about in this match. Sterling whips that one into him, and I just always worried that Lukaku will win them all, but he doesn't win that one. We get it out to James Maddison. James Maddison has a very much sprinting forward Marcus Edwards. Edwards then is clever, and that is not a bad ball. Ivan Toney, oh, it's going to have to be special from there though, right? Cucurella having a bit of a mare here at the start of the game, but Ivan Toney's chip or whatever I tried to pull off there was just, I was going to have to be extremely special from that position. Musala, and get that one over, and I want to be Tanganga there, really. Sterling across to Lukaku. Oh, it's just beyond the post. That is the danger and threat that Chelsea have at 1-0. Nowhere near are we clearing this one. Havertz now, down to Chilwell, into Sterling, and oh, that was nearly good play, although they've actually just played themselves into trouble here. James Maddison was looking to spot for Son. Wasn't going to happen. And in the end, the bodies that we've managed to pile forward have done a good job as we go into Kavicka. And Mendy's always going to gracefully grab that. In fact, I probably shouldn't have even jumped up for that because that's an opportunity for us to injure Luka Modric. James Sterling plays a great ball in behind to Lukaku. And Lukaku found that so easy for Musala to find the back of the net. The young German signed now for Chelsea. And that is exactly what I was worried about. They pulled my defence completely apart there. That ball from Sterling was brilliant. And then Musala just had all that space to drift into. I just needed to stop him getting the ball across. To be honest with you, I think Hugo Lloris should have done better there. There was room for him to manoeuvre. And yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated with what the attempt to save that was. Maddison wants Edwards, obviously, in behind. He's got Edwards now. Edwards will try and just exploit Cucurella to Ivan Toney. And that maybe should have been 2-1, just like that. Can exploit Cucurella there with Ivan Toney because those two up against each other, it's not going to work out for them. So that might be the option I go for. Raheem Sterling is playing some good passes at the minute into Lukaku, and that is exactly what is killing me at the minute. Ziyech. Back to Lukaku, and again, straight across to Musala. We're being dragged. That is exactly what's happening. We're being dragged, and there we go, 2 for him in the space of no time whatsoever, and I knew this game could turn around so quickly. Maybe should have scored a second ago, but as they pull every centre-back over, Lenley needed to do a little bit better, and Luka Modric, not going to happen there. Maybe should have gone with 2 CDMs today, because Musala is just exploiting all the space. He's just arriving at the right moment. On then, out to Tony. And at this moment, I'm finding it difficult to exploit them a little bit. Although Heung-min Son there might be in space. And he's clever because he's found James Maddison, who didn't quite get the power or the connection that was needed. It's disappointing to take the lead and go in at the half. 2-1 down and 2 goals in such quick succession for Musala. Similarly scored. Lukaku and Sterling right now being the problem. And here we go. This is super dangerous again. Get back to him. We do in the end. And it's Musala again for a hat-trick. Nobody is marking Musala. He's just drifting wherever he wants. That's all they're doing is just cutting the ball back across. And he is in acres. So frustrating to be conceding these kind of goals after defending so well against Napoli. It's sloppy. It is. And Lloris might be a bit unsighted there. But personally, I think he should have done a little bit better in this one. And at 3-1, there being a goal in the lead, that might be this game done and dusted. If we're to get back into this one, we need a goal kind of now. And with the way the game's going, I'm not feeling one is on the horizon, if anything. Maybe there could be another one for Chelsea. We've huffed and we've puffed. I can't get through the back line at this current moment in time. And that is the end result every time. I think that's Hugo Lloris's first save of this match. Ivan Toney, though, cushions that to Edwards. Edwards then into Maddison. Maddison wants Ivan Toney. He's got him. Ivan Toney pulls it back. Cross to Edwards. Edwards then. Back to Luka Modric with a shot. Straight at Mendy. And the ball's not gone out either. So I haven't been able to make any subs, which is hurting us a little bit. We are finally going to get some subs on the pitch, but it really feels too little too late. I needed the subs on earlier. And what Chelsea wanted to do in this game has worked perfectly for them. And what we've wanted to do, regardless of the first 4 minutes from Son, just hasn't worked at all. Son now piling forward again. And it does feel like he's having to take the entire team on his shoulders. And he's doing it again here. He's doing it again here. Please be onside, Richarlison. That is a goal. He is onside. There is a chance. It's not been on the pitch long, Richarlison, but I just cannot understate how important Heung-min Son is to this team. And I am so nervous about it. That's what I'm saying. Going into the next few seasons, boys, I'm like super nervous that when he does start to actually go down in rating, oh, what a tackle, Lenley, that we are in severe trouble. Well in Kulusevski. Oh, then he plays such a bad pass, but that is great from Højbjerg. Son then linking up. Kulusevski will play that one into Richarlison. Richarlison hasn't been on the pitch long, but he's in again. Richarlison! Oh, it's beyond the post. Maybe he should have passed it along to Son, and that would have been 3-3. And we'll take extra time. Buendia comes on with not long left in the match, and I need something special. From Heung-min Son, from everyone, from anyone. We need it now. I'm going to try and play that one into Kulusevski. He gets it to him. Kulusevski tries to turn it into Richarlison. That's beautiful! Oh, Richarlison, mate. That's the moment. He has to hit it with more power. He takes a good touch. He sets himself. Has to find the back of the net there. That would have taken this to extra time and potentially to us getting back into the game. I needed those subs sooner, though. It was frustrating that the ball just wasn't going out. And Musala, no one marking him in this one. Very frustrating. But the young German having a standout performance there in the FA Cup. Musala, potentially the level of player that we're going to need in the future, obviously, if we're going to compete on all fronts. We are spread very thin at the minute as a squad. And you have no doubt there, though, that it would have been Manchester City in the next round, seeing who went through. With how thinly the squad is set at the moment, with the games that come in, it is making life very difficult. Lucky news, though, Harry Kane on his way back. So it's a strong starting 11 for the second leg. But at 4-1 up, I'm going to trust the sim. I think we've got this one in the bag. I think at 4-1, doesn't make sense to play this game. This is the starting 11. Harry Kane, please come back as quickly as possible. But I am still expecting a victory. 2-1. So 5-3 on aggregate. That doesn't matter because we're through. Luka Modric with the goal for us. Wilfried Zaha with a brace for Napoli. That's super important. Just knowing who we're going to play in the next round. Malmo. I mentioned this, didn't I? I mentioned it. I felt like we'd had really rough early draws. So we're going to have 2 games against Malmo to get us through from the quarterfinal. That couldn't be a better draw considering the month of April already with Arsenal and Chelsea towards the back end of it. I will take Malmo all day long. But next up, we're going to take on Aston Villa in the Premier League. I'm actually going to play this one. They finished in the top 4 last season, and they've signed some very good players. I'm intrigued to see how they play against me. I think it'll be a really fun game. So this is the starting 11. Son and Richarlison. Son's actually gone up another overall at 31, which is just ridiculous. Destiny left wing, Edwards right wing, Maddison in behind them, Højbjerg and Bissouma. That's become probably my favorite double pivot at the moment. So I have enjoyed when Lo Celso's been in there, but those two are just so aggressive at winning the ball back. I feel like we defend better. Romero, Gahey and Simakan as our back line. And Lafont starts again because Lloris hasn't really been doing it for us at the minute. With us being out of the FA Cup then, and being in a position, this is not Heung-min Son, by the way. It's Ilkay Gundogan that we're looking at. So I don't know why it's talking about Son, but great work, EA. But with us out of the FA Cup, we're in 2 competitions now, and that's it. We can genuinely focus on potentially... We're in a Premier League title here with Tottenham in this season. And maybe even the Europa League as well, which is just absolutely crazy. We probably are never going to have a strike force like this again either. A 91 rated and a 90 up top. It's not easy to have that. We're probably not going to have that again at any point soon. I mean, in the Premiership, you do need good players like that, but I don't imagine we will have this level of strike force again for a long time. So we really need to utilise it. Top 4 for Aston Villa would have been huge. And I like the fact that they got top 4 and then spent a load of money. They're firing this down my throat, though. Cherky, another player that you guys wanted. Potential future signing. That was great from Romero. Destiny did well to find Son. Son then can play it into Maddison. Maddison is not stupid. He's going to play it across. He's not. That was a poor ball, which is definitely not what I expect from Maddison. He's usually so silky smooth with his passing. Edwards finds Richarlison, who just couldn't find Heung-min Son. But yeah, Maddison's passing is usually smooth. That time, not so smooth. Bissouma now. Did great to get that out to Højbjerg. Højbjerg then will find Son. Son will try and lift it over to Richarlison. Won't be, and they nearly keep it in with Diego Carlos, but we'll take a corner. Scrappy first half for both teams. I don't think that's a good corner, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think so. I needed to get that more outside. Nizzle. Try and pump that long. And it's not worked out for him. It's Maddison. Play it over to Richarlison. Scored in last game. Going to score in this one. Richarlison back in the goals again. 1-0 Tottenham. Big mistake for Martinez. Poor ball out. You just 1-2 play. Head the ball forward. Maddison. Beautiful dink pass over to Richarlison. And I mean, he's always going to find the back of the net, usually in these situations. He has been a good goal scorer for us. You talk about how difficult it's going to be without Harry Kane and Son. Only 7 goals this season for Richarlison, but he has been a good asset to the team. He's been a good goal scorer as well. Now we've discovered that we love the Højbjerg and Bissouma pivot in this formation. That kind of player in Kamara would be ideal. No, there's always going to be a goal. Couldn't get anybody over. Drives me insane. The marking on FIFA, no matter what you do with the slide, it's just horrendous. For both. But it's just horrendous. It just does dumb stuff like that, where you just can't bring somebody over. So it's just like giving someone a free shot. So that's 1-1. And they haven't really done anything. But just like that, it's 1-1. Let's see if we can go on now and cause them some problems. Nelson now in the centre. Eve Bissouma couldn't catch him there. Oh my God. What a save from Lafont. Turning it up out of nowhere, aren't they? And they're causing me problems. I'm not going to lie. This is becoming very difficult. It's a good ball across. Win that, Romero. Does, but very well. Douglas Luiz loves a shot. Diego Carlos now. Douglas Luiz into Konza. He's not the man, Douglas Luiz. They've got defenders here. Very high up the pitch. Richarlison now. Gonna have to get lucky. Well, you might just get lucky because Heung-min Son has pace to burn. Heung-min Son in that position. He's dangerous. Son. Oh, he does it again. He does it again. Heung-min Son makes it 2-1. And I could tell with Konza, Douglas Luiz and those players in the box, I knew instantly if we can break away in some capacity, they're going to struggle. They've left a massive hole at the back. And we do manage to get that breakaway. And it's Son again. It is Son again. Ball forward now to Carlson. Edwards trying to get to him. He did get to him, but he just couldn't stop it. I feel like he's going to try and pull it back. He did pull it back. Kind of Gundogan. Can't let him have that space. Carlson did so well. Again, block it. Maybe get to that keeper. And luckily, in the end, we come away with it. It would have been a handball anyway. Vichka, clever, into Son. Great touch, Son. Oh, to finish off the game, Son again. Martinez saves it. On comes Ivan Toney now for Richarlison. I think Harry Kane should be back on the bench for the next episode. Heung-min Son's going to whip this one in towards Ivan Toney. I thought might have been allowed to win that then. Edwards does win that and gives it to Basuma. And he got power on it, didn't he? Ivan Toney, can you get up, mate? He stayed on the floor. Which, I mean, I get it if you're injured or whatever, but you kind of need you back up, pal. They're trying to press me quite aggressively. Samakam. That's great into Basuma. Ivan Toney actually picked up a knock, so I just feel like we're going to get a striker back and then lose a striker, which is obviously not what we want. Gahey now against Zapata. Oh, Basuma, I thought I'd won it. Romero does fantastically. He's done that a lot this season, and that will see out the game as well. Fantastic work there from Romero. It's 2-1. Very difficult game of football. I felt like we were the better team, definitely, but Aston Villa were just always in the game. Ivan Toney took a knock in that game. And the worst news humanly possible is you're getting Harry Kane back, and Ivan Toney's actually found some form in the starting 11. He's going to be out for 3 months. So, no Ivan Toney for 3 months. That's a big problem. We are slightly lucky that we do have Harry Kane coming back. So this is the table as it stands. All games played. Forget about Newcastle, but considering ourselves and Manchester City, we're neck and neck on games. We have a 2-point advantage. There's so many big games left of this season. 10 games left of this season. Liverpool will kick off the next episode. Can we win the Premier League? The Europa League, definitely a competition I have my eyes on now for a victory in Malmo in the next round. But can we win the Premier League? But that's going to be it for this episode, boys. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your continued support on this series, and I will see you in the next one.